Oi, oi, guys. I wanted to put a video out here. I just got my new glasses. I really, it's funny. I want to tell you the story about these glasses and how they got to be where they are. And I got a new, if you see me, Lou, I got a new pop cover that actually looks somewhat like the mic. It's a shame because this microphone really looks nice without any kind of cover on it. And I was reading something about podcasting and that, and about the microphone itself. And they were saying, this guy who was a podcaster was saying how it's a shame how we cover up the mic to cover up the, because I have a tendency to have that little bit of a pop, 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 and it comes out in the microphone. So, and then Rode brought out these covers that kind of look like the microphone. So I'm well happy. And my new glasses. Oi, oi, eh? I got these new glasses. And you know what? If you're sitting there laughing, oi, oi, I did something, all right? It brings the energy up. And the reason I used to, let me tell you, when I used to go to the opticians, I used to go up you'd come out into the corridor of the opticians and then up the back in the corner, in the dark, gloomy areas where the roaches feed on past carcasses. Not really. But anyway, there's a stand sitting up there with all these black, grey, just drab-looking glasses on this rack. And they're, then I'd look at these things because it's what we could afford. And I'd look at them and I'd be like, oh, God, blimey. And they not knocking the glasses, they did me a turn. I actually liked, there was a couple of pairs of them I actually did like. I really enjoyed them. They were nice glasses. But then as I started this journey and started getting into this journey, I wanted to completely change who I was. And everything that I used to do was boots and black with death and skulls and grim reapers, and it was all about the metal scene and crazy shit. And even though I absolutely love, and I still do, and I still love the music, thrashy metal is like just banging. 2016, last gig I went to, and I went to see Slipknot back there at Alexandra Palace in London, and it was absolutely killer. My mate and his awesome wife, Dave and Joe, got me these tickets when I went back to England this one year, and he's like, hey, dude, got Slipknot tickets. What? And if you've ever been in London, you go up onto where Alexandra Palace is. There's a great view up there, especially at night. It's an absolute freaking killer view. So anyway, the glasses. So I started to work away from that whole persona because it was a matter of changing completely who I am, who I was, who I am going to be. I don't know. The whole journey took me in a direction of just wanting to be bright, just wanting to be completely who I knew I was, just kind of probably trapped somehow. I was always the one who wanted to have a laugh and, have some fun and freaking be happy and shit. But, you try to be something that you believe everybody else wants you to be, as far as friends, etc. as well, and you think you've got to keep up some kind of persona. And, I didn't even know what anxiety was, even though I knew there was something going on. For sure, I was going through the kitchen chefing and I knew there was something quite not right. Especially when I was leaving jobs. And I'll tell that story at some point if anybody's interested in that side of things, like how things became what they are. And I've had a couple of people say to me, it'd be good to do the story. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but if anybody's interested, I'll gladly, go back and talk about some of the things. But, I love that old chefing side of me, and the heavy metal scene side of me is still there, and I absolutely love it. It was a great scene. But the Cockney Buddha transforming into working on his mind and Buddhism and, you know, following many different ways, Taoism, Hindu, whatever comes along, and I listen, you know, and I go in and turn into someone that doesn't pick sides and listens. And, you know, it's not so much about picking sides, it's about listening to what I'm hearing and whether I agree or not. And if I'm not really agreeing, then if that's picking a side, then okay. But I look at it, looking across the board at everything. And it's just the way I've just been turning myself and working. I remember walking into my therapist, Judith, absolutely blessing. I'm so happy to have Judith around in my corner. I remember walking into her one day saying, I've got to step away from old Steve. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I said, leaving Steve behind and turning into whatever it is that I'm turning into. And so, getting to the glasses, my first pair that were kind of on the louder side were a pair, I believe they were, I think they were Oakley or Ray-Ban, I can't remember. And they were my first, like, decent set of glasses too. And they were blue. And I remember I had these, and I've still got them actually. They were blue and round and thinner than this, but you could see they were blue and round. And people made compliment on them, and I thought they were kind of like on the louder side. It was definitely away from the old me when you talk about Grim Reaper and everything like that. And I remember we went over to a friend's house, and Olivia, love her to death, Miss O. She says, I like your glasses. And I thought that was cool because I knew she was cool. So I'm like, all right, thank you, you know. So it rang. And I thought, okay, this is just the way to go. And I love learning from younger people. And, you know, and when my oldest, when I first got these and I put them on, and I looked at my eldest daughter, she goes, you look like a cartoon. I said, awesome, great, thank you very much. And then when I put them on in the opticians, and they're all good, honest, cool people in there, and you know, I had the mixed of, but also with the like, yeah, way to go for it kind of thing. Because I said to them, I said, hey, I'm a counsellor and I guide people and that, and people know me as being loud, and that's exactly how I want it to be, and it's going to continue to be. And you know, I love them. I really, really do. I love my glasses. I think they're freaking I really do. It took a bit again. I had to get through that. I had to get through that little bit. I'll tell you what, I put them on the first time I put them on, and I'm like, oh shit. But do you know what else I did that with? This. My Marla. I did the same thing with that. It's the ego that kicks in, and I did that. I remember wearing my Marla the first time and walking outside and being very conscious of it. You don't see people walking around with a Marla. But then I remember taking it off and not wanting to wear it at one point, and then I thought, you know what? What is it I'm wearing it for? Am I wearing that for other people, or am I wearing that because it represents something with me? And, you know, it was definitely, it represents something to me. I put this on. Sometimes every now and again you'll see me without it. In fact, I made comment about it this week when I did put a video out, and I'm like, oh shit, oh dear me, hello, I haven't got it on. But it represents something to me. And then this stone, obsidian, is all to do with negative energy, etc. And this is actually from Australia, that my brother Eric and Jen, good friend Jenny, got for me. And this turned up, I wear it all the time. It's got an energy to it. It's got a memory to it. It's got a fantastic memory to it with connection and everything. And it's, you know, it's an absolute, I put it on and I know where it came from and what that energy was and everything, and how it got here, and it was meant to, that got made for me. So absolute awesome thing to wear. But, you know, I did. I put the glasses on for the first time and I'm like, oh, I became conscious of it. Plus, I had that thought in my mind with my daughter, which at the time I'm like, yeah, awesome, that's what I want. You know, when she says, you look like Cartoon Dad. I'm like, yep, that's what I want to be completely different. That's exactly where where I wanted to go with it. But you know what? We get into those where we want and what we want, and then the thoughts of other people interfere with that. And it's about taking that bit of a step back and having the understanding of why you do what you do. I don't care. I love these glasses. And they are absolutely representing who I am now and the direction that I am completely going to continue to be going in, because it's the way that I love it. It's, if it's making someone laugh, it's brilliant. I've got to tell you, I gave myself a little chuckle when I put them on. And I thought what my daughter said, and I can't help but like, okay. But already I've had results with these glasses with people saying, oh, what? And I like them. I really do. I really do. And that's about becoming comfortable with why you did it in the first place. Why did I do this in the first place? Because I know when I was looking in the store after I got my eyes tested and everything, and I just wanted to change your glasses. My other ones, my red ones that you saw me with, were too heavy. They kept falling down. They weren't loud enough for me, believe it or not, because when I told the lady Lisa in the shop, who I deal with all the time, bless her, she's an absolute blessing. She tried her damnedest to find me a pair of glasses. She came up with one pair and she's like, I think they're going to be too small. So I ended up coming out of there and actually buying out of shop and got them for an awesome, awesome price. And I ain't no particular maker or anything like that, like we would know, you know, like my Ray-Bans and Oakley and things like that. But these rang. When I saw these turn up, I'm like, oh yeah. And then there was other colours that I was looking at too, like yellows and reds, and who knows, but maybe if I could change these frames to different colours, I'd be doing that. Absolutely. I would have to. It would be one of those have tos, and I am saying have to, guys. All my guys out there going, oh, wait, you're not meant to say that. I am saying that. But hey, be you. Do what you love. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be someone that, you know, I was drifting that way, like going to put the glasses down, just like I put the marla down, and then having the understanding of, no, this is the direction I'm going in. This is where I want to be. It doesn't matter what anybody else, when I put these on and I get that fun kick, that louder than kick, that I don't give a shit kick. You know, I love looking at people that are bright and just beautiful human beings, and they have a different look. And I've gone up to people like that and gone, hey, dude, your freaking look is amazing. We met someone in the land on Saturday night, absolute awesome human being, this girl that made our drinks. And what's the name of that? The Guru place down in Deland, and I can't remember the name of the place. I can't remember the name of it. Hopefully I'll write it up in the old description. Here on the screen, I'll get the name of it and then I'll write it up. But a great place. We had some drinks. I had some drinks with a freaking absolute awesome human being, Raquel, that I love to death. We was having some great laughs. We were playing Jenga, my wife, Raquel and me, playing Jenga, and then there was a Pac-Man game there. It was just an absolute blinding evening. And I've got some pictures of that. Brilliant. Had such a great time. And I'm like, this is what it's all about. That's what life is all about. It's about freaking don't looking at barriers and all that shit. Be colourful. Be love. Be caring. Love another human being. fuck's sake. We're going in the wrong direction by hating people and judging people by what they wear and who they are and who they love and colour of skin and heritage. Oh, wow, it's like a freaking broken record, isn't it? Wow, wow. I don't want any. I just want acceptance. How about that? How about that? How about we all accept each other? How about that? That's a good idea. I think that's an absolute blinding idea. And I'll tell you something else I've noticed. Ever since I've been wearing these glasses today, things have been coming to mind and I've been fixing shit somehow. Like I thought I lost my bloody microphone. That I was filming with. If you've not seen my video in Casadega and Deland, go and check it out, because I live near there, about an hour away from there, and I did a filming all there. It's a very spiritual place. It's an awesome place to visit if ever you come into Florida. Deland and Casadega, not far from each other, great places, great. Deland is a real nice progressive town, and a lot of atmosphere there. There's a theatre there that I've been to, and I want to go to some more with my friend that I was with on Saturday. And Casadega is like, there's an energy there for sure. If you're an empath or anything like that, go there. I've never been, and I stood in this one area where they said there's a vortex between these two trees, I believe. And I remember walking in there, I had my camera going, and I'm like, whoa, I've gone a bit bloody lightheaded. And my wife's like, yeah, you're standing in an area that, and I'm like, oh shit. Like I was going and I went a bit dizzy and shit, yeah. Like had to kind of be like, okay, hang on. But go and check that video out. That's a good little video that I put out there, and I'm just starting to dabble around in editing now, and I've already had a comment from Chill with Chill Adventures. Thank you very much, my man. You're always there supporting and loving. And he said, hey, it'd be cool to see some more of that kind of content. So I'm probably going to be, lugging me, well, I say lugging, it's only this big, carrying my camera around with me and getting some footage and putting some things together. And it's just all about the mental health and helping one another and building my business and getting a community built and not worrying about who the fuck is who with whatever. Building a community there where we all think about love and caring, and it doesn't matter freaking who you follow. We don't bring that shit up, even though my channel's all about getting real. And yes, we will dive into some shit. I've got religion on my head lately, organised religion on my head lately. So things will be coming up because it's all about getting real and hitting some of those subjects, but, it's all about love and community. So go and hit that like and subscribe for me too. If you've listened this far, I must be saying something interesting. Maybe it's the glasses. Right? Hey, if it does, this is who I am. This is who I am. What you see is what you get. This is how I work as well with people that I guide. So if you want one-on-one as well, hey, hit me up, because I'm always out there looking for people that I can help and guide and move in a different direction and start a different way. It's an absolute blessing to be in the position I'm in. I love it where I'm at. So hit me up as well if you want to do one-on-one. But thanks all you guys for showing me that support and the love and the care. And, you're going to be seeing these glasses. Stay that course, guys. Namaste.